Hi guys, and welcome to another great show of #SoccerKalitzStyle. Today I have with me the Gooner guy, or Muhammad, better known as that Gooner guy. He's a big Arsenal fan, and today we're going to be discussing the Premier League games for Matchday 24, which has a lot of surprises in store. We're going to be discussing the City versus Tottenham game. We're going to be discussing Arsenal's injury problems, and then we're also going to be discussing if Arsenal can get back into winning ways. Hi, Mohammed. How are you?
I am good, Derek. Thank you so much for having me back on your channel. It was a very, very good watch the last time.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Listen, Mohammed, some of the guys said they're gonna join us. Let's just see if they are coming on. If not, we can just continue.
Yeah.
I just want to hear something about the injury updates on Arsenal. Can you give us a brief insight on the injuries that Arsenal currently have? I know you did a show on it, but just for a short insight for the viewers.
So the latest news is of course around Thomas Partey, and yesterday Mikel Arteta did say that Thomas Partey's injury is more serious than the majority of Arsenal thought. Unfortunately, it's been a crisis with Arsenal. Every single season, we keep missing our key players due to injury, and that raises another question: is that another problem that Arsenal have? Is it in injuries? Because if you look at last season, it was a couple of players that were out. This season, we have Tierney, Marie, also Thomas Partey, but Marie is back. However, I'm not sure if he might play. Now, Tierney is another one that's also out, and we need to understand that the reason why Tierney is actually out is because he's basically a powerhouse, meaning when he cannot be half fit and play. He has to be 100% fit, and unfortunately, he has not been 100% fit, and he keeps playing games, and he gives 100% every match, hence the reason why he keeps getting injured. Now, the question is, can we leave Tierney out too long? Basically means a good one month or 2 month break. Unfortunately, we cannot, because Arsenal, we are not in that situation where we can leave our key players out. We are not a Manchester City. We cannot do that. We don't have backups for the backups. It's Tierney or it's no one. As you can see, we're using Cedric as a makeshift right back, and it has caused us some problems in the recent games. So that's basically the update. Currently, the shocking news that Thomas Partey will be out for about a month.
Thanks, man. What I wanted to ask you, do you think perhaps that the Arsenal medical staff or the doctors and whoever, the physios, the high performance guys, do you think Arsenal is doing something wrong in terms of injuries? Because Thomas Partey, clearly, he didn't have an injury history before coming to Arsenal. The same with Tierney. What is Arsenal doing to the players?
You see, now I questioned that about three years ago, to be honest, about our medical staff, but there was a turnover. So the other question is it really the medical staff? I highly doubt it. Maybe it's the nutritional plan. But someone, a source did tell me that that London Coney, their training ground is a bit harder than usual. So maybe that's another problem, where the training might be too much for some of the players. And then the other question, and I find it hard to believe this, but maybe it's a different environment for Thomas Partey, for Kieran Tierney. I mean, the Premier League is a lot tougher, but we know that Kieran Tierney and Thomas Partey are very tough players. So there's no right answer to what's actually going on. We can only assume maybe it's the nutritional plan, maybe it's the medical staff that aren't good enough, like you said, or maybe it is the ground. I mean, if it is the ground, Arsenal have enough money to scrap that ground and rebuild, because we cannot keep going into seasons where 2 or 3 of our main players are out. I mean, it hits back at our goals and at our achievements for the end of the season. So I honestly think maybe at this kind of stage we can only assume.
Okay. Thanks, man. Let's head straight into it. The weekend's fixtures. Just gonna start up top with the game of Leicester versus What? Okay. Can you see it?
It's just loading now.
Okay.
There we go.
Right. We have up first, the very first game, it's Leicester versus Liverpool.
The wonderful.
This is gonna be a cracker of a game to start with. This is really, I see Johnny's joining us right now. This is gonna be a cracker of a game to start with. Leicester versus Liverpool. Hi John, how are you?
I'm fine, and you guys?
No, I'm good.
How you, John?
Good man, good man.
How are you guys doing? Hi,
Good, and you?
I'm fine. I just struggle with the signal a little bit. Yeah. Is it only us?
Yeah. Probably another guy's gonna join us, military Gooner, but he's still tied up in some stuff. But I opened the window so everyone can just join. They don't need to ask my permission to get in. John, we only started to talk about the injury updates. Muhammad just shared with us some inside info on the injury updates at London Colony. Party's going to be out for a month. Tierney is also going to be injured, so Party and Tierney is not going to feature. David Luiz is still doing his 3-match ban. Leno is also on the 3-match ban. And that was about it. Do you have anything to add to that regarding the injuries and the stuff happening at London Colony of Arsenal?
Yeah, for me, Thomas haven't played for a long time. So not played for a long time, but he's been injured before here by us. So I think the Premier League is a little bit tough for him because he's just come back from the one injury. Now he's getting another injury as well. So with the transfer, I'm concerned about the two. We've loaned out Willock and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So for me, the guys, for example, Willock at Newcastle scored a debut, and that guy he has just showed the world that he wants to play football. So that's why you can see that the fire has lighted up in him. So yeah, that's for me at Liverpool, at Arsenal, at Liverpool. I think, yo.
John, John, sorry to interrupt, but can you just speak up a bit because the sound quality is a bit weak. So there where you are, can you just speak a bit louder? Thank you. Let's get into it. Leicester versus Liverpool. Mohammed, Liverpool has been on a bad run of form. Jurgen Klopp's mother died, which is really bad news for him. Our condolences to him. And but as you know, we are in a season and it's tough out there. Do you think the stuff happening in the background, the illness of Jurgen Klopp's mother and those sorts of stuff had a big influence on the current results or the past results of Liverpool?
Look, so Liverpool has more than one issue. Like Klopp's mom passing, it's very, but also we have to understand that Liverpool has in injury problem. Also, a lot of their players. When you look at Liverpool and when you look at Leicester, heading into the game, a lot of people are saying that Liverpool's losses were basically down to Jurgen Klopp. His mom passing, he was worried and stuff like that. I don't really think so. I mean, Klopp is a professional manager, and I honestly think that heading into this game, the Leicester game, which is a massive game for Liverpool and for Leicester, I can see Liverpool actually winning this game by 2 or 3 goals.
Are you quite confident in that prediction?
Because yeah, look, it's going to be a tight game, but we also have to understand that the players will be fighting for Klopp regardless of what's going on in his personal life. There are some players that are coming back for Liverpool. they did play well in their last game. We have to understand that. So I do believe Leicester, look, Leicester is a tough team, but Liverpool tactically should be better than Leicester heading into this game here.
Me and another guy, one of my colleagues, we had a conversation regarding Liverpool and regarding the burnout and that the players are drained. Players like Mane, Salah, actually the whole Liverpool first team are drained. Can we see now that Klopp, the rotation base that he used by not rotating players and not giving players enough game time, enough experience while they were doing good, it's starting to bite him because it was Mane, Salah, and Bobby Firmino the whole time. Now they are not firing, and now he doesn't have another front three that he can count on. If he should have, while Salah and Mane and Fabinho or what's his name, Firmino were on fire, why didn't he start to use other combinations? Why didn't he start to say put in Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and put in Origi and Minamino and see if they can't give a front three, because currently they are not potent, they are tired, nothing is happening there.
You see, I would have actually gone with what you actually said. However, I highly doubt it's because of that. I think that Virgil van Dijk being out not only defensively is hurting Liverpool, but there was a massive tactic you used by Jurgen Klopp, where as soon as Van Dijk received the ball, he always looked to the wings to pass it. Hence the reason why Robertson and Trent had so many assists last season. If you go back and watch their videos, Van Dijk was a massive tactic for Jurgen Klopp heading into the majority of the games. Now, when you take that out of it, if you watch Liverpool's last game, Henderson tried to do very often to ping those long balls, and he failed. He missed past quite a few. So I honestly believe that what actually happened, one of Jurgen Klopp's tactics is out the way. Now all Liverpool are relying on are they quick passing and they counter attacks. But the problem with the English Premier League, yes, I do understand the burnout, but remember these are elite athletes. Now the problem with the Premier League is that clubs in England are very, very quick to break down a simple tactic. It was done against Arsenal when Mikel Arteta played his three at the back and he was using Saka as a left wing back, and that stopped working. So with Liverpool, I strongly believe that clubs have learned their style of play, and having Van Dijk out, the team created more problems for a club.
Okay, cool. The Leicester team currently they are really playing like a team. Brendan Rodgers really got the best out of them. Your honest opinion, do you think they will make the top 4 spots?
Look, if Leicester can run to win the next 6 or 7 games, then yes. But if they start to hiccup now, especially this Liverpool game, if they start to hiccup now, then I cannot see it happen. But yes, they have been playing as a unit. Their structure has been very, very, very good. Tielemans for them has been an engine in that midfield. So yes, I strongly believe that if they go on a good run of form right now, they will make that top 4 most definitely.
Okay. I tend to agree with you. I tend to think that Leicester are serious contenders this time around. Just because of the pure fact that they still believe and they play as a team together and they fight for each other, and that makes them. You can just see the footprint of Brendan Rodgers on that team. Going forward, the Arsenal versus Leeds game. What do you think the Arsenal chances are of winning that game and bouncing back?
You know, Derek, there was a reason why I haven't made any YouTube videos since our last loss, is because I was not 100% sure how to analyze the Arsenal and Leeds match. The only thing that I can see in that match happening is that Leeds dominating us for the first 20 minutes because of Bielsa's murder ball tactic. So the tactic is actually called murder ball that Leeds use quite a bit for 20 minutes, where they chase after the ball regardless of who has the ball, whether they have the ball or Arsenal have the ball, and it's pure down to man marking. Now the question is, can Arsenal fight against a Bielsa tactic like that with their current form? With the players being out, Thomas Partey is out, Tierney is out. Can Arsenal fight in that midfield, knowing that Leeds will come after them? And to be honest, I as an Arsenal fan, I do not know what's going to happen. All I know is that if we 0-0 by the then we win the game. So that we try and go toe to toe. The 65th to 70th minute early in the game, then thank God. Then from the 70th to the 90th, our defensive record is pretty good and hold out the match. That's the only way that I can see Arsenal move forward against Leeds. Or what could actually happen is Arsenal could or 4-0 down. Right.
Okay, cool. I just want to hear John's view. John, are you there? John, are you there?
Yes. Yes, guys, man, I have a little bit problem here, but the wind in the background, but yeah.
Come again?
I think John.
Me, Arsenal and Leeds. As you can see, the last game I've watched Arsenal, I think clearly the guy I think we were unlucky by the officials, and not to talk about the officials, but for me, Pepe is on fire now because of his lack of play. Arteta gave him during the training sessions. I watched videos where Arteta pulled the guys, sit on the ball, talk with them, just to see what's in their mind. So for me, that is a great tactic of Arteta. So for me, was talking what they must do on the field, how they must play when they receive the ball, look at the other guys, what the other guys want. So yeah, for me tomorrow, I think it's gonna be a win because Odergaard want to show what he's got. I think Arteta must give him some more play time. So for me, defensively, no problem for me. I just want the guys to be consistent in the attacking, as Tierney, as Bellerin, whoever is starting on the left or the right. Yeah, for me, it's 3 points tomorrow.
Okay, just wanted to add on that point. Martin Odegaard, we saw a few glimpses of him versus the Aston Villa game, and I was pretty impressed with him. And what would you say about Martin Odegaard, Mohammed?
Yes, I was also very impressed, and I love that quick passing and moving, that one-touch pass for other players. Well, I think when he came on, he actually played very well. However, what John said about Arsenal's performance, I was very upset with that performance. To be honest, John, I mean, Villa scored in the second minute, and we had the whole game to try. The tackle was wrong. And my main question about the Villa performance is, what was Rob Holding doing marking the goalpost instead of what? It's shambles. They are our best defenders. Now, the other question is, Rob Holding our best defender. I know that Cedric made this mistake, but what?
Couldn't hear the last part. The wind is a bit strong there. one side. John, do you perhaps have your earphones with you?
No, I don't have my earphones on, man.
Okay, no, it's cool. Then the other game we have Manchester United versus West Brom. Do you think Manchester United will win that game?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
So Man United, they come in with a lot of confidence, and we have to understand with Ole's style of play currently. Yes, he is playing majority counter attacking, but now he's also implementing more possessional football. So you can see there is a change where there's a lot more tactics that we are seeing from Manchester United. The main question that you should have asked me is, do I feel that like Manchester United would actually break down West Brom? And I honestly think so. The only way that I can see West Brom winning that game is very similar to how I see Arsenal beating Leeds. Is take every single thing that United have, take on the pressure till the 80th minute, and then for that last 10 minutes, give it everything. That's the only way that I can see West Brom winning. But otherwise, I can see United beating West Brom by three goals, to be honest.
Yeah, I beg to have a different view on that, Mohammed. Just because of the fact that Big Sam is there, and Sam Allardyce always has some or other way of upsetting the big teams. They are fighting for their lives. They are in a relegation battle. I think that he would fancy his chances, Sam Allardyce, of sitting back, defending 10 men, and then hitting them on the counter. I don't know who he has to hit on the counter, but he's just going to try and do it. John, do you think Sam Allardyce's team will win Manchester United?
I didn't heard anything so well. You said because of the noise here the back, man. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. But still a little.
Sorry, guys, do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, I didn't exactly hear the conversation. So, what is the question you asked me again?
I'm asking, is West Brom going to win Manchester United?
Oh, West Brom.
Where are you?
Manchester United tomorrow's game for me. United is going to. So, I think Manchester is going to take the 3 points tomorrow.
Manchester United.
That's my point of view. And the way they played, yeah, I think they're going to go for a win.
So you and Mohammed are on the same page when it comes to that. You both believe that this is going to be a win for Manchester United. Let's quickly just take a look at the log and what things currently stand. Supposed to show now. So we have Manchester City up front with 5 wins. Then we have Manchester United, Leicester, Liverpool, Chelsea, West Ham, Everton, Tottenham, Aston Villa, and Leeds. We are not even in that top 10. As you can see, Arsenal are below Leeds. Yeah, with 1 point, and that doesn't make a good lead. If Manchester United was to win today, they still wouldn't, or tomorrow, they still wouldn't catch up to City. And City's going to have a game in hand. Mohammed, to be totally honest with you, do you think City's going to win this league? Mohammed, do you think City's going to win the league?
Most definitely. City are like the stronger team, the more convincing team. They're playing very, very well. They back to their 10th. I honestly think that City got this league in the bag. I don't see anyone stopping City at this current point.
takes us into our last game that we quickly want to beat, and that is probably the biggest game for the weekend, which is Mourinho versus Pep. We know in these two leagues there's usually fireworks. Do you think, John, that Mourinho has the capability to do the double over City because they already won City in the previous season? Do you think they will be able to do it again?
Derek, I think that's going to be difficult for Mourinho because of Pep's tactics he have played. As Mohammed said, they are the best and the strongest team so far up to this title challenge. And as you guys can see, Pep's tactics is that why kick the ball away if he won the ball. So he plays the ball from his goalkeeper, from his backs, wide to the wings. You understand what I'm saying? Then the midfielder comes to fetch the ball to create the attacking opportunity. So for me, I think City is going to win this one for me because of the way they passes the ball, the way they hold the ball. That is the tactic that Pep Guardiola is wanting them to play. They want the other teams to come at them, they close them down, and then they kick the ball around each other to make some passes, to understand, to have that feeling. So that's why they want to play the ball from the back. And as you can see, the body language that guy is they have trained all the drillings. They work with each other off the pitch, on the pitch. As you can see, the relationships between them, they're like a big one family. It's held through the whole season. So for me, they're consistent, and I think nobody is going to stop Manchester City with their tactics. Guardiola playing, and as you can see, the title contenders.
Definitely title contenders, not title pretenders. Mohammed, I see you have something to say, my friend. Please share with us.
Also, Derek, when you compare both the managers, and when people compare Mourinho, you have to understand, and they have to go back and watch the way that he won the league and also the Champions League. You see, whichever club Mourinho goes to, he looks for 1, 2, maybe 3 players to actually win him cups, and he relies heavily on those players. When you look at Spurs, he relies on, and he relies heavily on Harry Kane. Okay, now when you look at Pep relies on a team game plan. That's what Pep actually does. If you heard Pep's interview about Foden, and they actually asked him, do you now believe that Foden will one day become one of the best players in the world? And Pep said that he has the ability and the talent to actually do so. However, he needs a consistent run of forms, and he's not talking about 6-7 months. He's actually talking about years, 6 or 7 years, to be the best in the world, without any injuries, without any degrade in form. And when you look at both the coaches, if you have to compare them, if you stop Harry Kane and Son, okay, what is Spurs? Now this is a massive question that's flying around a different fan base. Without Son and Kane, there's no Spurs. Now City, that squad, look at that team. Raheem Sterling, João Cancelo, Walker. You got Stones that's playing well now. You have Mahrez, Bernardo, Foden. Look at all these players that can kill teams off. And when you talk about this one.
Okay, cool. Let's just go into the team news. So Sergio Aguero, Ruben Dias, and Rodrigo could all be available, but Fernandinho will miss out with an injury. Aguero stepped up his training since returning from COVID self-isolation, and he would probably be part of the squad. Illness ruled out Ruben Dias and Fernandinho. Nathan Ake and Kevin De Bruyne are still unable to play due to injury. Do you think these injury doubts will hinder the game plan of City? Mohammed, do you think?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. So, like I said, City have enough backups for their positions, and they don't rely on one or two players. They rely as a unit and as a structure. And like John said, exactly like a family, and that's the way they actually play. If you had to ask me that question about Spurs with Harry Kane and Son, then I will actually tell you that with them, if Son or Kane are out, there is no Spurs. But with City, it does not really matter. They have backups for their backup.
Yeah, they have backups for the backups. I just quickly want to go into the whole rivalry of Mourinho and Pep that they've had through the years. In your opinion, John, who is the better coach between Mourinho and Pep?
Oh, that's a tough one. For me, I'll go with Pep. For me, it's most definitely Pep. What have he done with Barcelona? What has he done with Bayern Munich? And what has he done now with Manchester City? So for me, it's the best at the moment. That's my opinion. I don't know what you two guys think. And the other thing is, as Muhammad said, Pep is working on every player as he can, because Mourinho is playing with 3 players. He's playing with the whole squad, not the 11, not the bench. I'm talking about the whole squad. The guys who's coming in from the youth development is working with them as well. So for me, that is a good tactic, because if 3 guys get injured, you can call up the other 3. It's like gloves. If one glove broke, you put on the other one. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for me, most definitely Pep in the Premier League.
And your opinion, Mohammed, who do you say is the best?
Pep is currently the best manager. Just to what John said.
Could you just repeat that quickly, Mohammed?
Currently, Pep is definitely the best manager in the world, to be honest. I mean, if you look at his history, if you look at what he has worked with and what kind of players developed under him, he is definitely currently the best manager in the world.
Mohammed, some people would say that Pep comes into great squads and that makes him a good coach. Would you say that because Pep comes into these squads that are already big and have star players, it makes the job for him easier? Because look at what he had at Barcelona. He had a young Messi, he had David Villa, he had Eric Abidal, he had Ronaldinho, he had Iniesta, he had Xavi in their prime. Going to Bayern Munich, he had what do you say, the whole Bayern Munich team. So what would you say? And when he came to City, obviously he had billions to spend. What would you say? Who's the better developer of players? Is it him or is it Mourinho?
You see, so there's no true answer to that question, because if you look at what Pep did with the squads, now remember, you can have the best squad in the world, but you can have the worst coach, and then you will win absolutely nothing. Now, what John said about Pep works on different players, and I honestly think that's Pep's biggest attribute, is the way that he coaches individual players to perform on the big scale. I mean, he could have he could have taken on the Barcelona job and failed, and he could have went to Bayern and failed, and he could have come to City and failed, even with all that money. I mean, Frank Lampard had all that money at Chelsea, and what did he do? So you have to look at Pep's attributes before actually judging him on a big scale. Look, if he did not have money, would he be, or would he offer being a successful coach? Unfortunately, there's no true answer, because we cannot know what Pep would be like at a Bournemouth or Watford or Villa. We have not seen that, so we can't judge on it. But what I'm just saying is, because of his attributes and the way he works on different players, I can judge by saying that he is a very, very good coach because of what we have seen. Now, the other example is Zidane at Real Madrid. Currently, it's not working out for him, and he has one of the best squads in the world. So we can use different examples to judge Pep. But yes, his main attribute is the way he actually coaches players. So that's my reasoning behind why I honestly think that he's probably the best in the world.
Okay, let's quickly hear what Pep has to say before finishing up this little interview. If we could just, if they could just let us in there, I would say, Mohammed, Pep is the type of guy, he doesn't want to struggle. You see, when it comes to a team, he doesn't want to struggle. He doesn't want to be the one that's gonna be busy building up a team. He wants that team to be firing already. See, let's quickly see if we can hear what the Manchester City manager has to say.
The games are coming so quickly. I just wondered if you could start by giving us an update on your squad, because you had a couple of perhaps extra injury concerns in midweek. Yes, Aguero, Fernandinho.
So where's Pep now? Are you guys able to hear what Pep says?
No, we can't really hear him.
Yeah. All right. Let's leave it there.
16th in all competitions. I just wonder, have you ever been on a run like this in either your managerial or playing career? Just the sheer number of wins in a row.
Pep's responses is a bit soft.
Subjected to racist abuse. Today, Facebook have chosen not to.
So guys, as you can hear, there's a lot of stuff happening at Manchester City. Pep says his players is injured, racist abuse and all this sort of stuff. Do you think that will have an impact on the way he approaches the game?
I highly doubt. You can go, John.
Okay, now it's fine. You can go, Mohammed.
I highly doubt it. I think once the season starts, coaches like Pep, Klopp, Mourinho, you can even put Rodgers in that bracket. Once the season starts, the switch is on. Each and every game that they walk into, regardless of what happens, whether players are injured, whether it's COVID, whether it's sickness, they head into every game knowing that they might challenge or win that match. I mean, if they lose, it just means that they were tactically undone by the opponent. But that will not affect the way that Pep goes into this game against Spurs.
Okay, cool. John, any last thoughts before we close up?
No, not for me. it's not a big problem for me because the guys' heads are right. The injured, it's not a big loss. The injured, it's only 3 guys. So for me, the squad of City is too big to have that problem. I think that all is fault already because he's a manager. He knows what he must do if there's a problem. So he have a staff working with him in the background. So I think for me, it's not a problem. That racism is going on a long time. So as we guys know, racism is was there before we were born. So I think the guys are ready. They're gonna take the 3 points.
Good, cool, man. Guys, I want to thank you very much once again for your time, your effort. It's a pleasure, like always, having you on the show, for taking this extra time to talk to us and on your channel and give us some of your insights. Thank you very much for always sharing with us content that is relevant and content that we can take to heart, and also we can spread that news further because we know that the source we are getting it from is an honest and a truthful source. I want to thank you for that very much. John, I want to thank you also, sir, for your time and for being my partner in crime and for always being available when I ask you to be available on the show. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Any last words?
yeah. Thank you very guys. I hope you enjoyed everything. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, Derek, for inviting me every time. I must be every time. So all the guys who's listening, who's watching, please subscribe, press that like button, something like that. We will not fight. We will be here every time
Yes,
because
press
it's
like,
for the love of
press
football.
like, subscribe, comment, share, everything that you need to do. You know what you must do. And go check out the channel, That Gooner Guy. The link will be in the description of this video. So you just go down and you just click on the link and then you will get Muhammad, That Gooner Guy, and all his relevant information. Guys, I thank you very much. This is #SoccerKalitzStyle signing out.